Come on, let's have a little more. Let's have a little more action.
A little bit more cheek.
You're now on Zoom.
All right, take.
And this is being recorded, don't forget. We can hear every word you floozies are saying.
Oh my God. He said everything can be heard.
Everything you
Easter tree and the bunny rabbit.
I can't see.
No,
Easter tree.
Oh yeah, get the back. Do you want to do it here? Get the rabbit. Get the. Come dance. Batch, come on.
Where is he?
Look at her. What do you do? Take that, Dick. Take that.
This is cruelty to animals.
Here, let me.
The SPCA is going to get a hold of this film.
Get her under the table. He doesn't want his picture taken. He knows we're leaving. He thinks he's going to go in the basement. All right, you ready? Come on.
So where's the dog?
All right, baby. Come on. He's the heck with him.
Hey buddy, how are you?
Alright, how you doing?
Huh?
You got all dressed up, now we can't go on the rides.
I didn't know there were rides up here.
Yeah. In a couple of weeks they're going to have Hay Day. That's what
Here we are at the University of Pennsylvania in the quad. Glenn's explaining to Mom and Helen what goes on here in this facility. One of the first building structures built at the University of Pennsylvania around 1900. This was the center of the university. Now it's just one of the main dormitories. Glenn doesn't live here. He lives in one of the high rises across the street.
So I did that last year. I was right here. This place is packed. You can't move. All the juniors, say like 2,000 of them right here. Hey guys.
Yeah, Helen. Here we are in the main part of the campus. Glenn and Pud and Mom are sitting on a bench in front of the library, enjoying the spring campus here. Today, Palm Sunday, 1992.
That's Furness Hall. I don't know. That's got a great library. That's the fine arts library. It's about a block away. A nice big house. But remember I told you about Hay Day when the juniors become seniors? Well, they finish marching right here on the steps. They start chanting and the band's playing. And the president comes out on those steps right there and he makes a speech. And let's see, well, remember the Addams Family TV show? Well, you know, they say that the mansion in the Addams Family is modeled after this house right here.
Well, you know,
Yeah, it does. It's kind of scary. On Hay Day, you mean? No, remember Hay Day?
Who is this? Glenn and Baci. Just do that again. Poor dog, he's gonna strangle himself.
He chokes himself. Hey, Why does this pop?
What? Oh my God. Buddy. Huh?
Take a picture of the pretty Easter table too. A traditional beer and.
Here it is, Easter Sunday, 1992.
How are you?
About to sit down and have our traditional
You're out in the field?
beer and eggs.
Uh-huh.
Let's have a wave, Ann.
You are. How busy are you this week? Good. What is this? Oh, what is this? So, at the time, the White House used to
Oh, Glenn.
publish
Hey,
every
bud.
dinner that they had.
Hello, Aldoon.
Hi.
How are
They used
you?
to publish the dinner.
Huh?
that the
Oh,
White
this is a good close-up of you.
Cannon?
Well, yeah, it's a cannon.
All right.
You know cannons?
Well, sure.
Is that good?
They had it at the White
Yes,
House.
they
This is Easter Sunday,
It was food I was eating all my life.
How many
April
locks?
25th, 1992. What?
How many locks can you operate under?
All you have is film.
Don't break anything.
Give me that.
Got it. Got it.
Give me that.
He says, hey, I'm the dog. He has very sharp teeth for a little dog. He has teeth like jaws.
Look at that.
Really? He's a sharp biter.
He doesn't growl,
No,
which is nice.
no, he doesn't growl. He doesn't bark. Only if I'm on the phone.
When we talk.
Give me that.
And if I sit down to read, because I sit here and read, he can't stand it. He brings his phone, he brings his ball, and if I ignore him, he bites me. You know? And that was him the other night.
That's the end of that.
He brings all his
See, he
things
won.
here. Like, okay, find a place. His mouth. And he drops one and he puts the paw on one and he tries to get the other one. Then he goes to the other one, he goes this way. He makes him crazy.
Breaks him up to do that.
What does he do?
He strangles himself on his arm.
Aww.
Hangs there.
That's why you're laughing? You're strangling him and you're laughing?
Yeah, 'cause he's
Oh,
crazy.
it's not
That's not nice.
really strangling. He knows he's playing. He's not even barking or anything.
He doesn't bark. He's quiet.
Cute little dog.
Watch your eye, man. It'll stuck right in his face.
I think he's going blind.
Why? God forbid.
He doesn't think to go around my arm. But
I'm surprised he doesn't grab your arm.
He's very gentle, in fact.
That'd have been
With him,
Pico.
he's much worse than me. He doesn't get frustrated either. You think he would get disgusted and walk
Well,
away.
this is at last somebody's playing with him. You know? Somebody his own age playing with him.
Who gets on the floor?
Yeah.
he's crazy.
These comedians are gorgeous.
He used to choke himself for like 10 minutes before
I
he...
didn't have a lot of them on my dish this year. When I went to get Baci, there's a
yeah,
house on
really.
the corner of Sorel and Democracy has 2 or 3 dishes laden with them. I'd love to go get some. John McConnell?
Oh, Mike.
Mike McConnell, you probably will remember him because he was on CNN. He was one of the briefers during the war, and you were watching it all the time. He and who was his other? Who was the other briefer?
Kelly.
Kelly.
General Kelly.
No, Kelly wasn't a briefer.
Right. 10 May, the day of Dana's walking for her graduation from Barry. We're taking pictures of Mama's house, because tomorrow we leave this little house. It'll be a sad day tomorrow. Many memories here in this little house. It's a rent-a-car in the front. Here we can see the for sale sign.
Much more violence than we've seen in years gone past. Your responsibility is to leave a mark on this society are perhaps more important and even more critical now than they were before. So I'd like to give you 4 challenges to use among the many that I'm sure you already use in your daily lives to help you make a difference, to help you make a contribution to this legacy.
Picture in.
Now those receiving their degree in arts and sciences. Dr. Laura Master of Arts, Mary UPenn.
Oh, you're on candid camera. Comes Gay.
Take it as a family too, Dad.
I am. Madeline, and there's Gay, and Barbara with her shades.
Okay, let's go.
Dana! Dana!
Ready, Dave? Samantha, you gonna come with us?
I know, definitely.
Bye, Mom.
Where you heading,
I don't know.
Bye, all.
Okay.
Barry University, the day of Dana's graduation. Had a nice, clean, modern campus. New architecture, started in 1940. Nice little campus. Radiz. Salute.
Barbara, thank you. Same to you. That's what your mother said to me. She said, wait, I don't know what it is. She said, wait until you see it. She said, you're gonna love it.
Dana, you know that sort of.
Take a plate, please. There's mayonnaise. Oh, good. You know, I was looking for it. Ask Aunt Angela for mayonnaise.
That big one is gay. Okay, let's put this one aside.
Dana, look at your father.
Yeah, do it on the plate. Don't do it on the table.
And Grandma's on the phone. Grandma's on the phone. What's the matter?
Like burned my lips. It's hanging.
Well, that's good. Do it again.
He looks so good.
Good. Me yesterday.
I'll get this.
What is this? Is a Mother's Day present for Dana? Your mom?
Hi, Simon. Is that gorgeous? You guys, let me see again. Turn it around. I want to see the front. Oh, look at the chain. That's gorgeous. That's two Fuji's in the front. It's gorgeous. Yeah, good taste, Dana.
Dana. Congratulations.
That's new toy.
Oh, Dad's new toy, right?
Yes. Amos, why don't you have some more broccoli? And kids are smart. I think you took my fork.
Ladies, you're all on candid camera now.
All right. Congratulations, Dana.
That's your, did you hear me?
That's right.
Did you know this?
Okay, it's time to do the striptease.
Did you hear that? Sandy cuts her hair, she's giving Don
Hello, Sarah. Farrah. Oh, you're on candid camera.
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett.
Mama keeps stopping to pose for
Farrah Fawcett Miller.
Farrah Fawcett.
No, be with chocolate.
Excuse me. There's the other one.
Not a chocolate.
You're not? No, not that one. You are not?
Not
Who
chocolate.
said that?
No, leave it to Zena. No chocolate ice cream.
Sliver of
No.
Yeah. They do, yeah.
You want chocolate? What do you want? Strawberry? Strawberries here.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're recording. We're recording. Hey, Josie. Josie. Look, raise your hand. Let us know where you are. Not too fast, not too fast.
Yes.
Hello, Chief.
Hey, Bub.
Let him catch it.
Can you hear his teeth clap?
No. Let him catch it. See what he does. Dog.
Nothing. You make that noise. Give me a seat.
Hope the SPCA doesn't come.
He just makes that noise.
Pretty sporty. Oh, that's
I can lend
nice.
it to you if you want.
Okay, you're on.
Okay.
If you get any underwear, don't make the offer though.
I don't know if it's on. It may need to be
What?
still on.
This is Haldun's birthday, 39th.
The answer is sex and money.
And the question is, name 2 things you are probably not going to get on your birthday.
Who needs that? You.
Read the rest of it. Aldun, read the part that I wrote in there.
Okay. The older you become,
I hope it's true.
the more this is true. Happy birthday anyway. Dick, you shouldn't have done that, and you are a man, you are Glenn.
See? You have to wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Raph? Raphael? Rafi?
He went out for a
Make
beer.
it louder.
Not bad.
Real good. No, you can take on.
This too. Wow.
Looks good on you, this one.
Thank you very much, both of you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You have to put on the...
Well, I have one more.
Blonde, you're blonde.
Yeah. You see two blondes, you're all alike. You cannot distinguish.
Who told you that you're all?
The Chinese.
The Chinese...
What are the Asian people?
They said that they think we're all fat and we all have big noses.
Really?
And they come and look at you. I don't know if it was the same when you went there, Ivar, but as soon as we get off the bus, they run and just
Stare at
stand
you.
there. After a while, it was funny. I felt like Elizabeth Taylor must feel, you know. And everybody runs in and say, "Oh, no flowers, please, no flowers."
Yeah, but no, but Elizabeth Taylor is different because she was fat.
And she has a big nose.
Okay. And then how do you shut it off?
You switch the battery power to off.
You have to take out
Oh yeah. That helps usually. Give me that. Give me that. Let me focus on the Baci. Let me focus on the Baci.
Are you recording?
Hang on, I gotta figure this thing out here.
Let's see that. Raph, you're pretty ugly, man. Yeah, I know, that's what people say.
Yeah?
I can handle it.
That's too bad, man.
What can I do?
Let me see, go upside down and then maybe you'll look better. Hey, man, you look great. You look great. Hey, the Baci man. Baci man. Give me that Polly. Give me that Polly. He didn't bark at all today. Give me that Polly. Give me that Polly. What are you thinking about anyways, Rob?
Rafi, get closer to Edith. You stay there, stay there, stay there.
Battery in that thing? How would it look on this?
Yeah, I charged it.
Closer, closer. Come on, Mom. Come, look over here, Mother.
How's this look?
Hey, that looks great, man.
Dark?
Look nice, look. You have to take the red to raise
It's almost as cool as my ties.
You kidding me?
Hey, Ralph, this wasn't on before. What are you thinking about?
You think that
What
was
wasn't on before?
It wasn't on when I said, what are you thinking about?
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. Oh, that's just great.
also
It's
Potomac.
dramatic, and I like
I used to
drama.
wear this stuff.
Hey, boy, don't be kidding around with me, okay?
40s. You ready?
Kidding or kidding?
Here it is. My 35th birthday.
Let's get a zoom on that, Dad.
God bless you and live.
Ooh.
May you live to see many more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ah. The crowd goes nuts. It's like Rush concert last night.
That's right, we need
The
four.
gala event. Where's my
41 years old today.
41
You
years.
hear all different ages here.
There's a Gorby doll we picked up in Russia. Look at that. That is nice. Look at that
I
guy.
know that you wouldn't believe me.
Nobel Prize
Oh, but
action.
chicks think you're 24.
Right?
Chicks think that.
Yeah, they get mixed up, bud.
Chicks?
I've been around.
You know,
I've been around once. The little hens think that. I know. You hear the music out there?
Jeez, Ralph, did you wash your hair today? Where's all that white stuff in there? Head and shoulders, buddy. Come on.
That's not gonna come out good. It's back of somebody's head. You get a lot of glare off of mine.
Yeah, that definitely won't come out. Alright. Let's see who this could be.
Hello? No, it's Rob. Yeah, who's it?
Pitosito.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Okay. Eggplant Debbie.
Yeah,
very.
Let me just...
Are you gonna dance or not? Come on, let's dance.
We're all having a good time.
Hey, buddy.
Let's think in,
Let's dance, Quinn. Let's dance, Quinn.
What's the toilet seat doing up? Ralph, play the ball with him. Play with the ball.
Let's dance. Let's dance.
Hey, Pop, who are you talking to? The Baci man. Bob, play with the ball with him. Baci man.
Get the ball. Want to play ball?
Ralph, you get him. I'm gonna play with the ball over here. Watch this. Come on.
Excuse me.
Hey, man.
a big day, huh? What are you going to do at La Vida Gena? You're African? You're not African, you can go in.
That's his job.
Keep that.
Don't even make it hurt his back.
Come on. What's the name of that?
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Ah. Come on, Baci. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, pal. Come on. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Ah. I'm
gonna get you, buddy. I'm gonna get you. Ah. I'm gonna get you, Val. Give me that. Where's this bike? Ralph, come here, buddy. Come here, Val. Come on. Let's see this, man. Come on. Oh, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Put another one. Okay, here we go. You can't get it. You can't get it. You can't get it. Busy, man. Wipe out. Okay, here we go. Watch me. Watch me. He's tired now. He's been cruising forever. Oh man, did you see that? Ralph, what are you singing? What are you singing? Baci.
1992. Lillian and Grace have just come to the house.
Now, how long did you keep it before you come in?
hello.
Rocco here leaves tomorrow for Venezuela.
This was a gift from Black.
What is it? What is it?
A new diary. I have to start with it.
Good, and write it in English.
Yeah, I know.
He leaves tomorrow for Florida, one to Venezuela. Ann and Glenn leave tomorrow for their trip to Japan.
Oh.
Hey!
And then what do you do when it grows?
Now we're having birthday cake for Glenn.
Dad, put some pants on. Jeez.
Why?
You know, because.
Yeah.
Ralph, how do you like that pork, buddy?
Hey, man.
Yeah, Lil, do you like violent movies?
I like that. Yes, I love murders.
What about Goodfellas?
He's teasing me.
Did you like
Anybody
Goodfellas?
want iced tea?
Yeah, and I like God's Little
You want iced
Acres.
tea?
Water, no, I want tea.
Anybody want tea? You don't want iced
Somebody need cheddar, we can cook for him.
No, every time I called, must have been about 4:45.
You sit down, it's your cake.
And he says,
I wanted to get Mom laughing.
bedtime.
Wait.
Go sit down, it's
Oh,
for you.
God.
It's a long distance call, and he's out there again.
Well, where does she live?
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, whose birthday is
Happy
it?
birthday to you. He's at that.
Zoom in on that cake there.
Manana is late.
It's a nice looking cake there.
Birthday to you.
Thank you.
I'm his godmother.
I'm gonna get everybody. Glenn, get by Mama and Edith.
She's the godmother of all boys.
Yeah, all the boys in my family. All my nephews are my
No,
godchildren.
get in between Mama and Edith, please, so I can get everybody.
Oh, yeah, his
Really?
Okay.
Hello.
Right.
Gracie, look.
Right.
All right, everybody look here. Edith, come. Where's the movie man? Go back, go by down.
Didn't it just get that camera?
They're only Christmas.
Oh.
This is nice. We have something that's summer.
Next with me.
Yes. Can you sit down?
It's a polishing. Do you wait for me to come to polish?
Yes, it hasn't been polished since last year.
Let's have some words.
Oh, that's the video with this.
22 years old, this kid.
Speak good English.
Well, both did not.
Always speak good English.
Why did you tell me so I could speak good English?
Lillian, you've seen our videos, haven't you?
No.
Yes, you did. I brought it to your house. When they were taking movies of Dana's Glenn's kid, you said, you will say, that's it. We'll show the right here. And it was Glenn's or Dana's communion, and everybody was standing in front of the church, and Dick was saying, come on, move, this is a movie camera. So Aunt Movie's the old M movie. And Prudy's the old one, she walks from one side to the other. So when he says, come on, this is a movie, move, slavery moves, she wants to do that. She was the only one in this movie. Everybody's standing like statues. She looked like a crazy person. Okay, who wants cheesecake, who wants strawberry shortcake, or who wants both?
Both. A little of this and a little of that.
Now look, I want to show you.
I eat it in the 7 or
I was
the
starting out with 5 points. See what I had? 3 queens, Jack, King.
Oh, I see.
Okay? 3.
You gotta have 3 and 3, and then you can knock with the 7.
But it wouldn't have done you good because I had 2. I had this 2 in my hand waiting for
I needed 1 card. I needed a 10.
So did I, for Romy.
I needed 10. Who had a 10?
I had a 10, but I needed it for my mouth.
No, you didn't really get 5 penalties, didn't you?
No, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, I think you get 5 too. I don't know how to shuffle. Oh, he was taking movies. I don't have makeup on.
Here, we look like...
Taking movies of Josie cheating at cards. This is July 1st, 1992. What?
You're giving me a bad name that I have to cheat.
To go to work party, I can't go like this.
What?
I have to go and wash my hair tomorrow.
So you don't cut and observe all enough cutting, or you just cut it and begin this?
We'll have, she's gonna have to get a bigger thing.
That's kind of French.
All right, watch him read. Watch him. You got it?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Go get it, Baci. Go get it. Go get it.
Come over here so you don't get banana dirty. Come, Leo.
Get it, Baci.
Hey, Mikey. Mike?
Mike.
Michael? Watch Baci with the water. Good.
Come on, make it go in circles. Big circles.
He bites it. Can you see him biting it through super zoom? You see him with the water bite? Yeah.
Well, you better dry him off before he goes in the house.
Anne, Suzanne would like to speak to you.
Okay, you see him? Watch.
Yes, I look at him. Yeah.
Edith, how you doing?
Oh my dear. Fine, thanks. Thank you.
Lady doggy, very lazy doggy. Don't let him in the house. Yeah, take it outside. How pretty it looks.
Don't let him in. There's the tent in the treehouse that Elaine and Michelle were playing in with Michael. His buddy. Hey, Bad. Hey, Bad. Hey, buddy. Look like a rat. See you later, Mike.
What?
Did you all used to say Gently Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay, Grant, tell me that prayer again.
Why?
Because I want to remember it. I want to record it.
And why are you taking my picture?
Because you're speaking Italian. How many times do we get to hear you speak Italian?
That is good.
Padre, Figlio, Spirito Santo.
Okay.
Io mi busco da soletta.
Emmy,
What?
I had my finger on the wrong button. I was trying to zoom in on you. I'm sorry. Can you say it one more time, please, Graham?
In nome del Padre, Figlio e Spirito Santo. Io mi busco da soletta. Qua cianciano come petto. Due pere, due capricci, mentre c'era Gesù Cristo.
Yeah, Graham. You still got it. You still got that Italian accent.
How could I forget it? It's the only one I remember in Italian.
And Edith, let's hear your prayer again.
It's something.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mild, look upon this little child. Pretty my simplicity, suffer me to come to thee. When I will to thee withdraw, gracious God, forbid it not. In thy kingdom of thy grace, give this little child a place, for Christ's sake.
Amen. All right. And then there's, we thank thee, God, for this food, for life and health.
Lord, for this of food, for life and health and every good. The manners to our soul be given, the bread of life came down from heaven.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes, sir. All right. So you want to watch the rest of that show, Grammy?
What, honey?
Want to watch the rest of that show?
Yeah.
Lake Superior, Lake Okeechobee. No, Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie.
Still used in Latin America.
There they are.
Symbols into the lakes, they circulate in water currents, or they evaporate, spreading to other lakes.
For Lake Superior, for instance, we
Lake
estimate
Superior.
that about 90% of the source of PCBs every year comes from long-range atmospheric transport. There's no place that we've looked that we have not been able to find ecologically relevant or significant concentrations of PCBs in the environment, even in the most remote areas of northern Lake Superior. So the PCBs are everywhere, and in most places occur at concentrations now that can cause measurable adverse population level effects.
Chemicals may explain why
You know what I have to get on tape? The story of, yeah, Edith. Okay. Graham, the story of, I don't think so. I don't know what it could have been about. Okay. But I'll give him the message, though. Thank you for calling. And bye-bye.
They are becoming much more active.
What we have to get is why Sonny has the same last name as Aunt. Who are we talking about? Aunt Amelia. Why is Aunt Amelia's last name Bavona and Sonny's
Because
one?
two brothers married two sisters.
Who
One
was?
of them was
And to look at the lakes, the impact of chemicals can
my
seem
father.
given the incredible return of some wildlife species.
One of them was
His
your father.
brother married my aunt.
Sonny, Sonny's brother, Sonny's father.
Sonny's brother, Sonny's father.
Sonny's father married who?
My mother's sister. Let's say Aunt Prudy and I would have married Uncle Joe and Uncle Vincent. You follow me now?
Oh,
They have
yeah.
the same names.
Oh, I see.
And then the children got married, and they remained with the same maiden name.
Oh, so wait. Joe married his cousin.
Right.
Uncle Joe got married to his cousin? No. Aunt Amelia married her cousin.
Aunt Amelia
Married her cousin.
her cousin, which was Joe's father.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Uncle Joe and Aunt Fran weren't cousins then?
No.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Just Aunt Amelia and Uncle Fred.
Uncle Fred. Now, who's Fred?
Joe's father.
And that's the brother of who?
My father's nephew. Now we're getting in thicker again. Here, I'll explain it to you better. Let's say that I and Aunt Prudy married Dad Poppy and Uncle Vincent.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yes. Now, Uncle Vincent's son married my Poppy's daughter.
Uncle Vincent's son married Poppy's daughter. Oh, I see. I see. And so Fred...
See, it would be like if
Fred
you would marry,
and Amelia.
If you would have married Susan.
Yeah.
Or Ronnie married Susan. They're
Wow.
first cousins.
Wow, first cousin. And did they live near each other when they were little? Or did they live far away?
No, he lived in Italy.
And where did she live?
We lived in New York. But he came to this country when he was 21.
Uncle Joe? Or Fred?
Uncle Fred,
Oh, okay.
because he was in military school.
I
He
see.
had a military education.
So had he met his cousin yet before
So when
that?
he came, they landed in my house, and that's when he met
Oh.
Aunt Amelia.
Oh, I see. When he was 21.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of strange, me marrying Susan, wouldn't it?
Sure, they're cousins.
Especially since she's already married to Rick, huh?
Now, what's his name? Uncle Jack's brother, Anthony, you know him.
Yeah, he married his cousin
He
too.
married his first cousin.
But had he met her? Like
He
for...
knew her when she was a little girl.
See, that's
He
strange.
went to Italy on a trip, and she was already a young lady. And he fell in love with her.
Oh, so they met when they were little and then they didn't see each other for a long time. Oh, I see. That's what happened to Dante. Did you know that? Have you heard of Dante Alighieri?
Yeah, Dante.
Dante Alighieri. He saw this girl when he was 5. Beatrice? Beatrice?
Yes.
And he was fascinated with her and he never saw her again till he was 19. And then she was going out with somebody. She was a fiancée, or she was supposed to be married. And so he still liked her and he devoted all his writing and poems to her. And then finally they got married when he was like 26
Well,
or
it was
something.
like Uncle Joe and Uncle Joe, Poppy and me.
What happened?
There's 10 years difference.
Uh-huh.
I met him the first time when I was 15.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sure.
How'd you guys meet?
Through his sister.
I
I
don't
knew Aunt Marie.
Ah. How'd you know her?
I didn't know Aunt Marie.
Yeah.
Through her aunt. I worked with her aunt.
Oh.
No.
And was she your age? Aunt
My
Marie?
age?
Yeah.
Aunt Marie, yes.
So,
She was a year older than me. But I would never thought of marrying Poppy. Because I was 15 and he was 25.
so then you didn't see him for 5 years?
Then I didn't see him for 5 years. And they moved upstairs from us.
Oh, really?
They bought a 2-family house.
By coincidence they moved upstairs, or you guys asked them to?
No, they knew we had the apartment for rent.
So you were still friends with Marie for those 5 years?
Yes.
Ah.
And then naturally I was a young woman.
Uh-huh.
I was 19.
And he was 29?
29.
Wow. That's weird. You know what, Graham? Nowadays, if there's somebody that's like 21 and there's a 17-year-old, they think that's too much, 4 years is too much. Too much of a difference in age.
No, Glenn.
What?
4 years is not too much.
You don't think?
But a man should be 4 years elder.
Yeah. But nowadays, if there's a guy that's in college going out with a girl in high school or something, everybody says it's strange. What do you think about that, Graham? Have times changed a lot or what?
So, I fell in love with him too. I was 19.
Yeah. Did all his friends kid him
And we used to go to parties and he used to join us. We'd have to go to dances and he would join us.
But did he get along with all your friends? Did he enjoy hanging out with people that were so much younger than him?
Oh, sure.
Was this spring chicken?
You remember Poppy. He'd rather be with younger people than old people.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
And did a lot of his friends date younger girls too?
I don't know. Most of his friends were married.
He was the holdout, huh?
Yeah.
And when did he have his motorcycle accident? How old was he?
He was 21.
Oh, really? And did he still ride a motorcycle after that?
Did he?
Yeah?
And his father says, you broke your leg, I'll break your other one.
And he still rode
He was
it?
on crutches and he went on the motorcycle again.
He's crazy. Did he have to get a new one or was it the same one?
No, it was the same one.
Wow. So that was back
It
in...
was the same one or a friend said about mine. No, because his was all smashed.
Wow. They made Harley Davidsons in 1915, huh? Unbelievable. Did you ever ride on his motorcycle with him?
No.
Or in his sidecar?
He never had it while I was.
Huh.
While
What-
we were.
What did you and Aunt Marie do when you worked together?
What we do?
Yeah, what was your job?
She worked in an office and I worked as a dressmaker.
Same company?
No. She worked on Wall Street. And I worked on 34th Street.
In Manhattan?
Manhattan.
Was Madison Avenue famous yet? Famous yet back then?
Madison Avenue was always famous.
Yeah?
Madison Avenue, Fifth Avenue.
How about Park Avenue?
Park Avenue was the elite.
Yeah.
Gee, I can't even talk anymore.
Need one of those butterscotch, huh? You want to go into bed?
She was a lot of fun, Aunt Marie.
And how about Vincent? Was he a good time too?
Well, he wasn't with us, in our clique.
So Poppy and you and Aunt Marie used to go out together?
Yeah.
Yeah? What would you do back then? Go dancing?
And Aunt Prudy used to come with us too.
Really? How old was Vincent?
Vincent is a year younger than me.
And how many years younger than you is Prudy?
4 years.
So you didn't try to hook up Vincent and Prudy or anything on a date?
No, they were a different type.
Yeah, what types?
He had a different idea of them. He liked the flighty ones,
What, crazy women?
Yeah.
And what was Aunt Prudy like back then?
Quiet.
Yeah? Could she make a good Bianca Manchata back then? Like she makes today?
I'm surprised that she made it like that.
Well, it was good. I still liked it.
Not watery.
No, it wasn't watery. It was actually good, Graham. I'm just saying it would taste better if we make it thicker.
A little firm, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I'll
firm.
make it for you before you go.
Uncle Vincey liked it. We gave some to Uncle Vin. He was happy.
Yeah.
And how about Vincey? Did Uncle Vin like Poppy?
My brother?
Yeah, did your brother like Poppy?
Oh, sure.
They got along well? That's good.
And Uncle Paul.
Did they all go out and yuck it up together?
No, not going out, in the family, being with the family.
Yeah. What was Poppy like back then? Was he outgoing or was he quiet?
He was very quiet. He was outgoing.
Yeah? Him and his bottle caps, huh? Did he ever show you his machines in the basement where he used to make them?
Sure.
Yeah?
I made some too.
Oh, Grandma. You bootlegger?
That was illegal.
No?
No. What was illegal was that he was making them for a bootlegger.
Yeah. Didn't people want to know who he was making them for? Like the police?
No.
Say, Joe
The only
Nossulis.
people that could have sued him were the black label. Black and white label.
The liquor company.
The cat company.
Oh, I see. Because he was taking their business or something?
Yeah.
Ah.
But they were an island. They weren't here. Everybody was in it, even with the
What?
lawyer, the wealthier they were. I told you about Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people did that.
He monopolized the whiskey.
Yep. Oh, well.
I made beer at home, too.
You made beer?
Yeah.
How'd you make it?
Poppy and I used to make it.
In a big vat or something? In the bathtub or what?
No, we had a big pot.
And what'd you put in it?
Boil the water with the sugar, and then we used to put the mold tops.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. People do that today.
You were allowed to make it then.
And how'd it taste?
Like beer.
It was good?
Yeah, of course it wasn't as fine as the bottled beer, but you were allowed to make it at home.
And then did you let it ferment for a while?
Yeah, for a couple of hours.
And then you drank it?
Strain it, and I used to bottle it.
Ah, I didn't know that. Look at all these stories coming out.
Well, that was legal. We were allowed to do it. Because it didn't have the alcohol that the regular beer had.
Oh, I see. Today they'd probably call it near beer.
Like the farmers still make it.
Ah. Wow, can you see that on TV, Graham?
What?
They're filming birds. I think they're eagles. Probably had trouble nesting and raising young because of the chemicals in the water. You know, the shells get real fragile, the egg shells, then the babies die.
It's like in Florida with the ducks. It's a shame how they ruin it.
What's happening to the ducks?
They're getting distinct. They break their eggs.
Who does?
Wherever you find them.
People do, you mean?
Yeah, they destroy them.
Because they don't want more ducks?
They don't want more ducks. They said they mess up the sidewalk. It's too damn bad. I was yelled at once for feeding them.
By who?
My neighbor.
Oh, that's too
I
bad.
says the ducks were here before you and I were.
Yeah,
Was their land.
that's too bad. Today, Graham, I saw some ducks when I was driving home from work. You know, it's way out in the country where I was working in Howard County. And there's real nice houses with like their own man-made ponds and lakes right in the yard. And people put like slides and swimming pools right next to them. So the ducks come and swim in there. It's really nice.
Like me, I used to enjoy them.
Yeah, I
And then
remember.
when they had the little chicks
Yeah, we used to pick them up.
with the little following the mother.
Yeah. I still go looking for them whenever I go to your house.
And I used to feed them whatever I had. They loved the macaroni. You'd see them running away with that dangling macaroni there. just me. You know who I mean, Mona.
Your neighbor?
Yeah.
Which side? Sam's house?
No, the other side.
No, I don't think I ever met Mona.
She was a real witch.
Yeah, I met some neighbors of yours on the other side that were real nice, though.
Sam, yeah.
No, and the new ones, too.
Oh, the new
Hispanic ones?
Oh, yeah, the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, they used to come over and visit.
Very nice. You shouldn't feed those animals. They mess up the sidewalks. As well wash it off, like we do.
Mess up the sidewalks, jeez. Yeah. Who would have thought?
I said they were here in Florida before you were.
How you doing, Edith?
Oh, not bad then. I finished pressing 2 things.
Okay. What are you gonna do now?
Well,
Go for.
Get my things together at the moment. Due to the weather, I was hoping that I could get a ride home tonight.
Yeah.
So that tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, I wouldn't be on the road on the bus. But I'm not certain. My son said he would call me tonight, and I haven't heard from him. And somehow I would feel like calling him.
You feel like calling him?
I don't know. You ask a person a favor, they tell you something. He should keep up to his word. Up to this time, he ain't called me.
Maybe he went out for dinner or something, Edith.
Hmm?
Maybe he went out for dinner or something?
Maybe, yeah, he was supposed to go out really. But I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Why? You
I
see
have to
me?
look at it.
Yeah.
Let me look at it and see what you look like, see what you want to do.
Oh, I forget how to hook it up, Edith. I have to watch the directions. At this, you know, you have to put cables and
That
stuff.
lake, it looks like the ocean.
Put that and see how the game going for you.
Okay.
Or you're taping that.
No, that's okay. Graham, what do you mean? You didn't know that I was recording you the whole time now?
Yeah, but not taking pictures.
Yeah, I was recording you. There we go. Let's see how the Orioles are doing.
There, he wanted it. And so did Bill and Will. 3-2. There's Callis first, nobody out. And a walk. Too far inside.
Yeah, that might be it for him.
All right, we'll watch this tape later, okay, Graham?
He's walked 5, and you know how many strikeouts?
What's that?
No. This is amazing. He's got a 1 run ahead. This goes.
Around again.
Give us, give us. Look at this. I had it going. Now it's reverse rolls.
So you going around the yard.
I got bigger thing.
Give me that stick. Nom, 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 nom. He's gonna go nuts with that thing.
That's yellow beauty stick. You remember about it. Hey, watch.
This is August 17th, 1992. Bill Melonhead Mellon on his way to Vanderbilt, playing with the Botch man. Come on, Bill, you can catch him. Baci had a 299 PRT score.
Baci's kicking my butt. Baci's a big team in here. Oh, I got it.
Oh! And he's okay.
But he's still tough. Get out of there, big guy. Ready? Up.
What's up, Mike?
Nice. Uh-oh, in trouble.
Woo. A little panorama. The Yekage backyard. Little house action. Got the special wide angle lens on here, as you can tell. See everything all at once.
Uh-oh, he's checking something out over here.
Where is he? Back inside. Gotta go call Rick for the Orioles tickets tonight.
Ready?
There's Ann Garrett's house. This is August '92 at the EX house. A little summer dinner on the deck. A little company over today.
What happens to all of
I see in the middle what it takes, the apathy and the stupidity of running a condo, and how bad that runs. I say to myself, this does not cure another problem. Now it could if you had a
Did you guys talk about the Caribbean together?
association with them.
We did.
Yeah?
With other jobs.
Did you know anybody? Any mutual friends?
Mothers
in the Caribbean?
to have good child care things or something so they can get good jobs and get job training. And not it's going to be concerted. You can't be just saying, we're going to give you your apartment, therefore we no longer are responsible for public housing, so we cure that problem. The government is no longer doing a bad job. And now you are empowered to take care of yourself. Good luck. I don't think it cuts the mustard.
Graham, how's that meat tonight? How's that meat there? Is it pretty good?
But only one.
Grammy, how's the dinner? Good?
How long
Yeah? How about the company? Father Brian's a good guy, huh? How you doing, Mr. Dauphinais?
Hi.
We gotta hear some sea stories later, okay?
Some sea stories. I only have 7 weeks of sea duty, so I can't give you too many sea stories.
You can hear about the...
Yeah, probably enough. I can come up with a few, yeah.
That's good for about 45 stories right there.
And then they'll trash the place, not pay rent, and it takes them ages to get them out of there. Meanwhile, they're still on the premises. Or the other way around. Sometimes, I really feel sorry for the tenants. They, especially now with the economy being so bad, they just had bad luck and they can't pay their rent. And, you're getting them evicted basically. And I hate to see that too. So.
Oh, you don't do that? Oh,
it does take a while to get them out there.
Yeah, it does. It takes months. And then, they'll mess something up and their judgment gets vacated. And they have to start all over at the beginning. And, and that's why I would say get an attorney.
Get a judgment. She's looking at everybody knows
Oh yeah, you'd think that getting your judgment, that would be the end of it, but that isn't. That's just...
How you doing, Pop?
What are you doing back there?
That's the easiest part.
Taking a few videos here.
These people, they move from state to state and you can't track them
Working on
down. These people are owed thousands of dollars and they never get it. But I really like it so far. I just wish we got paid a little more and had a few more benefits because pay is not good.
You get John there.
Well, now I have my own medical, but we had to switch, so now I'm covered by Kaiser Permanente, which I don't really don't know, it's okay, I guess, but to make an appointment the other day, it's very difficult.
You've been there for
It takes a month to get you. Yeah. I'd rather have my family doctor use that all the time. And I guess nowadays that just doesn't happen.
17 minutes. Water for anybody? I'll take 5.
Mr. Bush, how do you say good appetite in German?
Guten Appetit.
Ah, guten Appetit.
How is it in Japanese?
In Japanese they say itadakimasu.
Well, we all know what it is in French.
Itadakimasu. It means I will eat now with appreciation.
Have you ever been to the Bavarian Inn in West Virginia?
No.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Is it?
Yeah, I bet you would like
Up on the
really good
mountain?
food. Yeah, it's right on the border where it says Welcome to West Virginia, and then it's right up on the hill. We went there last spring for our anniversary.
So Marcel, how do you say good appetite in patois?
It's been around for 20 years.
They don't say
It's really nice
They don't say it in patois.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Bon
appetit.
Remember the route.
I don't know in patois. We always say bon appetit.
The Bavarian Inn was up in Shepherdstown, wasn't it?
Yeah,
How's the party going, Ma?
too sweet.
It's
Can we
just-
take some of you?
It's not too far.
That's all right. I don't think. You think I fit in the screen?
Yeah, I really like
We don't have a wide lens yet. I don't know. Been working out.
Is it? Yeah, I've just passed it by a couple of times. I've never.
Oh, it's real nice inside. It's
Yeah.
The Bavarian.
What else?
Sus, do they have Bavarian cream donuts there?
They have a lot of good
No, they have French cream.
Yeah?
They have some real.
I've never been to West Virginia.
Really? Wow.
You want to go sit here?
I can move. It's real nice. We went sightseeing.
Oh, sure, yeah, okay, fine.
Some scenes in Morocco. And
Yeah.
cut that.
Okay, all right, okay.
Just watch the counter where you started. Yeah,
Oh,
well,
no,
that was
thanks.
a big
Thank you.
You're very disciplined, Susie.
Oh.
Let's make yourself.
No one
New
Look like you
video.
were disappointed in me.
The new watching the old, huh?
Yeah, please, I'll take one of them.
Huh.
Hopefully you'll eat them all up
I think that this might not be enough light here. For you.
Yeah, you think it's gonna come out?
Get one to take
Something will come out, but it won't be enough to be worth the tape.
We'll get the laughs.
Save one for
Marjorie is trying to lose weight.
Landing the streets.
No, I like that.
Okay, I'll sit down, Grammy.
She wants to lose
Where was this? Nick? Where was this, Nick?
I think so, but.
That's not you?
That was me there. This is Glenn.
Oh,
That's Glenn, yeah.
This was a family dinner, man.
Family dinner.
that looks like fun.
There, Rhoda.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Paul, has anybody been telling you lately that you resemble Richard Dreyfuss?
Oh, yeah.
But I'll accept it. I'll accept that.
But you better
Better,
start
better
talking
than other
like this,
analogies I can think
You
of.
better start talking like Richard Dreyfuss, so that you really do it.
That's Pico. Yeah.
No, something cut out here. I'm having trouble with.
Did you see What About Bob?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that.
That was great. That was
Vincent was watching Dad watch it. He had a great time.
Wow, you finally found
He had
someone.
acute separation anxiety.
Well, I'm having the same trouble you are, Paul. This thing will not run now.
Now you can't eject it?
No,
I had nothing to do with it.
It won't run.
There it is.
Yeah,
Why'd you
that
just leave
stops.
it?
Oh, you got sound.
There's the baby.
You got sound on yours. Whoops.
What's the matter?
What are
You
you
just
trying
changed
to do,
channels.
Dick?
Don't you have it on the screen?
So, Mr. Bush, no one's gonna know on these movies how you broke that thing. So, give us the
I had
one.
it one of my employees and I kicked him hard.
Pogo sticking through Ireland.
I'm tripping Ireland.
We need somebody who can handle this high tech.
I wasn't even drinking. I had
That's hard to.
Check it out, the Irish bars.
What do you do at night in Ireland?
Put Glenn on it.
Or shouldn't I ask?
Had a good time. One time we went to the Greyhound races I was telling you
I
about.
said,
They have something after 5 o'clock? They have activities?
Oh, yes, they probably. You know, Ireland doesn't start until late.
Really? It must be different from Scotland. Because Scotland, everything shuts down at 5.
Oh, no, it keeps going, but in the morning, like, you wouldn't eat before 8. You know, the bed and breakfast, you don't want. And then I said, well, we should go to church, being a good Irish Catholic land. And I said, well, what time is Mass? This is during
Oh, the VCR, that's right.
Well, the first one's at 9 o'clock. I mean, here it's either 6, 7, 8, and that's it. And then the stores don't open until 10. It's either run about an hour.
would never know they were Navy intel men
They're all open.
at one time.
Yeah, well, that
No, that's part of the reason.
We went to a show one night, Irish music, and we had one other,
We
what
went
else?
to the theater.
Oh, yeah, we went to the amphitheater.
very nice.
Maybe it's at the end of its tape. Eject tape.
Yeah, I got him.
Susie does not want to
Mr. Bush, I was starting to tell Mrs. Bush that I have another game at Navy this year. Maybe you guys can go see it.
What's the date?
I better look before you leave upstairs, just in case you don't talk to my folks for a while. But it's going to be on a Saturday in the big stadium. So, yeah, Saturday afternoon at 2.
That's what the date is.
Okay. Yeah, I should have checked now. Maybe Anthony can go too.
So put his bone close to me.
Is this the tape that you made with a video camcorder or one of your?
Excuse me.
How you doing, Grammy?
My child is...
How you doing, Graham? Buonasera. Let's hear some Italian, Graham.
Look at, see? This is what happened to my tape.
Oh man.
Oh, these machines there. There's a machine eater.
Oh man.
You're lucky yours ejected. Mine didn't even eject.
Well, I think home movies are over.
Man.
Did you get the little Japanese doll this trip?
Terry, how did he go?
We might be able to get it out.
And sent it back with Glenn because I admired it.
Whoops. See, it was a good idea to start making these new home movies now.
Yeah, let something that gets in there long and point like an ice pick or something.
Looks like we might be showing it tonight now,
With a
Graham.
flashlight.
They bring knives and then if there gets there.
No, whenever we want, we can watch this.
Your tape? No, it's just not mine.
My dad's tape.
But he had the same thing happen to his. Maybe it's my presence or something. Negative vibes on it.
And it was just, they're just such good hosts. Yeah, they really are. The food was good.
Was it?
Yeah,
clean.
you gotta-
Was it all Japanese food? or
No, we ate a lot of continental food.
Where was that in?
In Japan. But everything was always good. I don't think we had one bad meal there. Really, really good.
I've always enjoyed Japanese food.
I have.
But they
You
had,
had continental.
yeah, continental and you had.
My grandma, what big eyes you have.
Korean food one night.
Better to see you, my dear.
Thai food. Japanese, Korean, Mexican, Italian.
I mean,
French.
I would if it was a time
See, this
Kobe was an interesting city.
This is what I think.
A lot of foreigners.
The reason why you can't go
So they
beyond.
have a lot of what they call farmhouses. They call them Western fish. They have
especially
what
with
they
a
call
big one
farmhouses.
like
Yeah, make sure it's going in straight, Dad, before you're...
Indian people settled there. A lot of your wealthy Europeans. And built homes in their own style. And they own, these friends of ours, own the largest Japanese children's store.
fish tradition
Largest
style.
Japanese children's store.
But now I want to go to the water polluted and
And when she was here, she contacted Charles Schultz and got a patent for Snoopy over there. So that they manufacture all.
Oh my gosh, if it isn't Baci again.
Nice.
Tadahiko. This is August 27th, 1992. It's Thursday. Glenn's getting ready to go back to school Friday. Grammy just came in to say hello.
I just got presents.
So Terry, how are you enjoying your trip in America?
It's in, no, they're little sake.
How are you enjoying America this time?
Sake and the rice wine, the Japanese
All
rice
right.
wine. Wonderful time. And they each have
How about you, buddy? Having a good time?
and they painted, hand-painted a little animal.
That's
Because the Japanese have a story. Terry's going to tell us the story. You have to read this later to Mother. I don't know what her, find the year of her birth. It's interesting. It's like a Japanese horoscope.
A nice
Very true.
teacup set that Terry gave us today.
It's sake. The grand.
Sake.
Yeah.
Oh, let me zero in on that.
Aren't they
All right.
pretty?
This is the year of my age.
Oh, I see. Each of the cups.
Yes.
Each of the cups
has the animal for the year. For the year. So it has a
Let me see, Ma. Turn around some of the cups.
Well, no, because theirs are different from ours.
What's
They
that
have
one,
monkeys,
Terry?
they have a rabbit. They
Mouse.
have an ox.
I mean, that they are.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
A cow
A cow. These are the
and tiger.
Japanese ears.
And what is this called? Rabbit?
네, 우시코라 우.
Dragon?
Dragon.
미.
Snake?
Yeah.
And horse?
Yeah.
And sheep?
Yeah.
Sheep, isn't that a sheep?
Yes, sheep.
Sheep, yeah.
And a monkey?
And a monkey.
Are they in the form of the animal?
Oh,
No,
yes.
but they're
This is
painted
a
on them.
dog.
See?
Dog. Okay.
This is your ear.
Beautiful.
Alright.
And this is wild pig.
Wild pig.
Misa. Misa is this.
What is she?
The Kobe wild boars.
The wild pig?
Edith, we just had some of
And this
that
is
delicious
the,
sweetbread again.
I like my
Good
ear.
stuff.
With the rabbit.
Good stuff.
You can take each one here. You're
on the
going.
box.
Excuse me?
You're going to have
No,
something
it's
to
your
take
year of
pictures.
birth.
Oh yeah? Okay. Thank
You
you.
can lie down. Maybe you are the rabbit.
I'm the rabbit,
Move up.
yeah.
And you find out.
Come up here.
Your
Grammy, how was physical therapy today?
I sit in the back.
How was your physical therapy today, Graham?
Very good.
Yeah? What'd you guys do? Play basketball?
Play handball.
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 I see.
Basketball, handball. You love her food.
Step back, me.
Glenn, where are my glasses?
Where'd you leave them?
I like her right there.
I don't see your glasses. Oops. What are those? Looks like the
there they are,
glasses.
there
I
they
see them.
Okay,
Yeah.
picture of that messy thing.
Look at this messy house.
Messy, messy house. Hi, Gran.
That was a very good fish lunch today, Mom.
I love
Was, seafood.
so much. I'm so happy.
Chipmunks? Terry's Chipmunks collection?
And Chippy.
Dad, this is up here. Zoom.
Terry loves squirrels and chipmunks from when she
green,
lived
yes,
in
green.
Washington. And they don't have squirrels in
Green guy,
Japan
green
because they
guy.
don't have oak trees.
That's me. See?
This is little squirrels like in Florida. Like rice. You know, Terry, Glenn, do you see 1914 here?
We'll just
1904.
1904.
1904.
No, you just subtract 24 from whatever.
I don't see 1904.
What's the first year then?
Maybe 70.
Why do they go all the way up?
Yeah, because this would be able to use this. You
Oh,
subtract
for the future.
20 or 20, maybe in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
1904, mother, right?
1904. Oh yes, this is your
Oh, you're a dragon, mama.
and same as Mark.
Fire-breathing dragon.
Say here.
What year were you born? You have to
Time to
say
go
the
swimming
year.
in?
What year?
Okay, let's go swimming.
Okay, let's go,
What year
buddy.
you were born? And I
So you're a dragon, just a minute.